The car reeks of smoke as I get in. It's warm out, and Paz is wearing a tight black vest and jeans. Paz runs 3 times a week, boxes at the local gym, and benches 140 pounds. She hides her strength and grit behind a perfect white smile, sparkling brown eyes, and a mop of black hair, which frames her face in tight spirals. "Morning, Carvalho." "Morning. You okay?" "Better than you, by the looks of things." I smile. "That's not saying so much." Paz pulls slowly off the drive and doesn't hit the accelerator properly until we are out of the earshot of Juliana. Paz swears like a bartender and smokes like a chimney, but whenever she's around my wife, she acts like an altar girl on her way to church. Soon enough, though, she puts her foot to the floor, and I'm holding on to my scalding coffee with calloused fingers, hoping to Christ that she doesn't hit a pothole and scar me for life. "Do you have to drive quite so fast?" "I'm 2 weeks off retirement, and I would like to get there alive. If it's all the same to you, it's a missing person case, not a shootout." Paz smiles. She loves it when I'm grouchy. She has one hand on the wheel and is using the other to cram a new cigarette into her mouth before flicking a steel Zippo to light it. "The missing athlete is Tim Gilmore," she says. "Have you heard of him?" "The Australian guy?" I have an image of Tim Gilmore in my head. He's Australia's poster boy, and I've seen the pictures of him on billboards and adverts around the city. He's blonde, tanned, and tall. "Javelin, right?" Paz nods as the cigarette catches. Her eyes narrow against the smoke, making her look like a Mexican bandit scanning the horizon for trouble. "Yeah, he's their team captain too," Paz says, taking another drag. 27 years old. It's his second Olympics. He's got a strong chance of a medal. At least he would if anybody knew where he was. We pass rows of houses as the tiny Fiat speeds across the city. My free hand, the one that isn't holding the coffee, is holding on to the edge of the seat. The fabric has worn through over the years and exposed the foam underneath. There's a hole where Paz's 5-year-old boy Felipe has been picking away at it with his tiny fingers. He's the only person who sits in Paz's passenger seat more often than me. Each time I get into her car, the hole in the foam is bigger. "Felipe is like a moth in a wardrobe," I tell her. "These seats going to disappear eventually." Paz doesn't bite. "Gilmore trained late yesterday afternoon," she says. "But he never showed up to eat with his team in the evening. He's not answering his phone either." "Late afternoon?" I push the blue backlight on my watch. "That's only 12 hours ago." "I know," Paz says as she winds down the window and flicks out her cigarette butt. "Makes you wonder why they are so twitchy, doesn't it?" "Get used to it," I tell her. "It's gonna be like the World Cup all over again. Everybody's going to be watching their backs and covering their behinds for the next 2 weeks, and if anything goes wrong, they'll go ballistic." Suddenly, Paz slams on the brakes and we come to a stop with a tire screech loud enough to wake a city block. I look at her sideways as I swill down the last of my coffee and put the cup on the dashboard. "Was that really necessary?" "Nope," she grins. "But it felt good. Anyway, we are here." We park up on Rua Carioca, surrounded by 31 high-rise blocks full of the world's most talented athletes. Nearly 4,000 flats, new coffee shops, flower shops, and post offices have sprung up on